All right, so I had an absolute shocker last week, but fortunately we've snuck in with Cos just before the big trip. So but first we'll try and save a bit of grace. Look back at last week.
My job is to defend your predictions for last week's results and see if I would have done the same thing.
All right, here we go. So, so last week, to start us off, Southampton and Hull got a draw. Okay, I went for the win. That's fair. I think that's fair. But Southampton looked like they just didn't care in that game.
Well, I can see. I can see why you went for the win. I see it.
Just for the record, first 8 were wrong. So this is basically
this is basically if I would have done anything differently.
Same deal. Next game, Stoke 0-0 with West Ham. I backed Stoke. Didn't do the job. It was like, look, West Ham been poor.
Yeah, well, Stoke at home, you'd think,
You think they get the job done, but no. I did open up the possibility of the draw for both those teams, but it wasn't expected to happen. But
that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Sunderland hosted Bournemouth. I did say there's an opening here. If anyone's going to win, it's going to be Bournemouth. But
Sunderland had more to play for. I would have agreed with you. I would have gone for the draw. But and you were close.
Yeah, I was close. I was close. In the next game, the same thing happened. Leicester at West Brom. I did say Leicester. I did say West Brom winning was the least likely scenario. I denied Leicester the win because of the midweek game.
I agreed with that thinking. I mean, West Brom have nothing to play for, and Leicester needed to win and had the midweek, so
they got it, Yeah. Okay, Crystal Palace lost to Burnley, but no one was ever going to get that one right.
I wouldn't have. I mean, the way Crystal Palace have been going about it recently.
2 of the next 3 I had no problems with getting wrong. Manchester United didn't get the job done against Swansea. Swansea have improved on the road, so I'll take it to maybe selling it a bit short. We know Manchester United's home form. They don't win that much.
Well, I would have gone for the win.
Yeah, the win.
So
you would have expected Swansea to drop it. Then Chelsea won convincingly in the end against Everton, and this looks like there's just the gap between the two.
And that again, that sort of came from nowhere as well. I mean, Chelsea have been conceding a lot recently,
and they've been losing against really strong home teams, which Everton have been. And then, of course, Manchester City not doing the job at Middlesbrough. I think they've actually gone up a step in that game. They've done well in that game. They went ahead twice.
Oh, they did.
They went ahead twice. They had a dodgy penalty against them. It was never there. Swansea probably should have won against Manchester United as well. But,
I think it's a case of teams having more to play for at the end. They're more desperate at this stage of the season.
I don't know what it was, but 8 wrong. But then finally, of course, the shining light. Tottenham, Arsenal. We called it a while back.
Yeah, we did. I mean,
that could have been 5-6-0. Petr Cech, well done to you, mate.
Yeah, man of the match.
You kept that from being embarrassing because that was terrible. And then, of course, Liverpool taking the points against Watford. The same way they did against West Brom and Stoke, which is what I said would happen. And
I've got to give a shout out to Emre Can.
Beautiful bicycle clip.
Shout out to you, mate.
Beautiful. Nice shot from the line just before that as well.
But didn't go in, did it?
Didn't go in, no. Not good enough. All right. Look, we're going to just quickly talk about the situation here. There's a lot of things that have been going on here. We've got the top 4 race. We've got the title race, which is in the balance, but it looks like it's been decided now. After
that Chelsea win was huge.
Who knows? Look, it'll be interesting now to see how Chelsea react. But you would expect them to see it through from here. And of course the relegation battle, which is...
Well, that's heating up now, especially in that last few spots there. Swansea
and Hull seem to be sort of going off neck and neck. And then the next team getting dragged in a bit. Crystal Palace is next on the list, just above them now. But
Crystal Palace have done well just to get where they have gotten to. So they're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, look, we thought they might have been out of the woods, but they're just in range still. They probably should be safe with what they've got, and the other teams have now picked up. Bournemouth, West Ham. They all look safe now.
You think so? I can't see them being relegated.
Yeah, Watford also look pretty safe.
Yeah,
and,
they've got the 40 points.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the traditional safety line, but it's here. It should be more than enough. I don't think Swansea and Hull are going to get more than 38 points. So it's going to be.
So it's out of those two, really.
And of course, Middlesbrough almost had like a dash of hope there. Just
They're heading the way of Sunderland.
Dash
I mean,
out. Yeah, Sunderland now officially gone, by the way. That's also news. So, well, who knows what's going to happen for the rest of their games. They got some
interesting when they're passing down and Newcastle are going.
Well, they got games against the top and the bottom now, so they've got
comedy sketches will come into play here. I mean, Newcastle fans going up the lift and Sunderland fans going down the lift and just waving at each other. I don't know.
So of course, Newcastle and Brighton officially coming up to the Premier League. That happened a week or two back. So that's actually old news.
Welcome back to Brighton after 36 years or so. I think it's 36, but I'll just go with that.
Well, congrats to them.
And Newcastle are back as well.
Newcastle back. Much to the dismay of Sunderland fans. Yeah. It's going to be a tough few years for them now. But
I think Newcastle have lost both of their rivals as well. Middlesbrough's going down as well.
Yes. So they're both same on the way down. I'm sure they won't mind.
They won't care.
I'm sure they won't mind. They won't mind.
They won't care at all.
But really, now the top 4 race is
that's the key.
It's a weird one because we've got look, Arsenal.
Look, City's draw threw me off.
Well, actually, we'll just name the teams first. Yeah. So obviously we've got City, Liverpool,
United, and Arsenal.
Yeah, that's it. Those 4 teams.
From 3rd to 6th.
Yeah, and the City draw.
That threw me off.
Yeah, that's
that was like Liverpool could be missing here.
Yeah.
Then United draw as well.
Well, Liverpool could have been outside the top 4 by the time they played.
They've got to get there again.
But they ended up staying in 3rd place by the time they played, and they could have been in 5th because both the teams stuffed up really well.
United don't win enough on a consistent basis. They don't lose,
especially at home.
Yeah,
they rely too much on teams needing to open up and attack them.
Yeah, the amount of draws they're having, they're just going to fall short. That's what it's looking like. And Arsenal are a long way back. They can still do it, but they need to win pretty much every game.
Yeah, look,
I can't see it for Arsenal.
Based on
it's just how they've been playing.
Manchester United have the toughest fixture, definitely. Yeah. But Arsenal seem to have the least quality of the top 6 remaining.
And
they've got some tough fixtures there.
They've got a manager in delusion lean.
I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal finished 5th.
Oh, I can see them getting 5th.
It's tough to see them hopscotching Liverpool or Manchester City. But Manchester City and Liverpool for that matter. It's funny because you look at their fixtures and everyone says they've got these favourable fixtures and whatnot.
No, there's no favourable fixtures.
Manchester City, they're playing Crystal Palace at home, who have been.
Crystal Palace have been better on the road.
They've been travelling really well. So, Chelsea, Liverpool, 2-1 wins there.
Yeah,
at home they've been getting beaten a bit more often, but they've still been good. But it's a tough game. Southampton again. They've also got them on the road.
Well, Liverpool haven't scored against Southampton this season in the EFL Cup and the Premier League,
and they're playing them this week. And,
there's no guarantees there. And United have Arsenal this week.
Yeah, that's going to be
there's a big result either way there.
Spoiler alert, draw. But look, that game's set up to be. Either of those teams can stake their claim really here to push away from the other really, because at the moment their destinies are intertwined. They're both they're both destined to be knocked out of the top 4, and then if they draw, then that'll really just seal both their fates.
Yeah,
and it's really a matter of one of them pulling out. Manchester United obviously have their Europa League game to play still.
Mourinho will be more happy with the draw.
Yeah, so we're going to hold off on. Yeah, we're going to be holding off on that game until that happens. But really, look, it's a tough one. I mean, like going more in depth into that game, it's one of those games where Arsenal can win if Man United, if the fatigue hits them hard enough. Basically, it generally doesn't enough to make them lose. United managed to it's only their attack that really suffers when they're fatigued.
Yeah,
but then again,
they've got injuries as well.
And they got injuries
that's
too.
The thing.
And they got Mourinho having a whinge at every given opportunity. But then again, Arsene Wenger's having a whinge at every given opportunity too.
He's also in La La Land.
Oh, he's in La La Land. Arsene Wenger, what is going on, mate? It's. Did you see the most recent press? Oh wow!
He didn't.
I didn't see it. I read it, but oh my lord!
They were playing good until Tottenham scored, and then they scored another one.
Arsenal,
but they did well to keep it to 2-0.
Arsenal had basically
they did do well.
2 half chances maybe in the first half, where Tottenham had maybe 3 or 4 chances where Peter Cech just pulled them out of nowhere. And in the second half, those 2 goals...
He's lost it, man.
Yeah, he's
lost it. I mean...
No, he hasn't lost it here. He lost it a while back. I agree. And this is confirmation.
This is not good enough for Arsenal. At the end of the day, Arsenal should be contending for a title. They shouldn't be this far behind the top. But Tottenham, take nothing away from Tottenham. They're a very good team, but Arsenal should not be being dominated the way they were by any team, really.
Look...
And it pains me.
When you say that Arsenal shouldn't be here, it's a tricky question because they've been with Arsene Wenger for so long. Where should they be then? You know, like because for all we know, Arsenal could only be where they are because of Wenger. If they get a new manager, then maybe they'll just fall away even further. Who knows? I don't think so. But
no, they can't. I mean, no, they can't. They can, but they can't.
They can,
yeah.
And especially with the caliber of managers now in the top 6, it's incredible the amount of competition there is up there. It's something. It just.
I don't think it is quality. I don't think it's quality. I just think it's discipline. They want to attack all the time. They look to attack, but they don't. They just don't.
They've forgotten what it means to defend. I mean,
yeah.
You look at the invincible side. I mean, Arsene Wenger.
That was incredible.
Well, he inherited a side that was solid defensively but couldn't score. He got them scoring again.
Yeah.
And then, but they had that core already. They had that defensive core. They had that core, and they seems to have just disappeared over the years. And now, well, they've never really had.
That was a great team.
Yeah, well,
that was a great team.
They've never had solid. They've never been solid defensively since. Basically, it's just
that's
it's been
true, hasn't it?
It's been the same tune all the time. Lovely to watch, but
yeah, and that's the thing. They are lovely to watch, and would love to see Arsenal back in the Champions League. But
going from the top, obviously we've got Chelsea and Tottenham. Tottenham, I'm not sure. Look, I think they'll carry through to the end. I think they could reach that target of winning the rest of their games. Although
that's the
Manchester United next week will be tough. That would be tough.
Well, they are at home, but United.
Yeah, United doesn't matter where they are.
They don't lose, but Tottenham at home have been incredible. So that's going to be interesting.
But yeah, Tottenham should be good. Chelsea, Chelsea's very interesting because you kind of wonder if they thought after beating Everton it's over.
Oh no.
You wonder. You wouldn't think so, but
not with Conte there.
The next game will tell us.
Well, they've got Middlesbrough at home, and they've got Sunderland at home.
And Middlesbrough are a team to play for. They got something to play.
They've got something to play for, but Chelsea would have in the minds. Look, if we drop points here and Tottenham win, then we're kind of leaving this. So they'd want to be.
Oh no! Chelsea, of course they're at home. They have to go for the win.
Yeah,
but really, it's an interesting game because it really is the last sort of because. We've seen it in the past where teams they celebrate a little early, Oh
well, of course.
Don't sleep. And then things just go horribly wrong the next week. And if the other team's ready to pounce, then suddenly what looked unlosable,
of course,
is suddenly. But so this will be. That was really the last thing, and now it's just a mental hurdle to get over, just to get over the line. 2 wins will do. No, 3 wins. 3 wins.
3 wins will do it.
3 wins will do it.
But Tottenham could easily drop points as well. So
3 out of the next 4. I mean, they're not the toughest fixtures for
Sunderland and Middlesbrough should be 6 points for Chelsea, and they've got West Brom the catch-up game away. I think that is.
Yeah, as we saw last week, it seems to be having something to play for has a big impact on the result. As we saw with the Manchester teams, they both played against those relegation battles, and they're really fighting for their lives, and and especially with
especially Swansea as well. They didn't open up at all.
Yeah,
they stayed in just to get that point.
So the teams that we're really keeping an eye on now are Swansea, Hull.
Yep.
Middlesbrough still a little bit.
Well, they're still in it,
and they did impress me against Manchester City. They were at home though, so I expect them to fall away this week, and.
Pretty much the top 4.
A little bit of Crystal Palace as well.
A touch. They should be fine by the end.
I think Leicester will keep their momentum as well. They've still been good, but basically all the other teams in the middle, they've fallen away.
Yeah.
and they don't seem to really care anymore.
They've got less to play for. They still care, obviously, but they've got less to play for.
Okay, but...
and the top four, obviously, we discussed, from Liverpool to Arsenal.
So, yeah.
They're the teams really to watch.
And really the main ones are Liverpool, the Manchester clubs, and Arsenal. It's going to be really interesting to see if Arsenal and Manchester United can get that little burst to get them ahead, and if Liverpool and Manchester City will slip up and open up a spot for one of those two.
Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. It's a very interesting finish.
We'll just jump into the fixtures for this weekend, and this was a bit of a quick job, we'll just say, because look, as you can see last week, you can have all the planning in the world and things won't necessarily go your way. It was a shocker of a week, so we're going to go with a bit more instinctual this week.
We are.
Our first game's Burnley up against West Brom, and we're giving it to Burnley.
We are.
Look, West Brom don't care. I think Burnley are still... I don't know.
Well, we're backing them in at home again. That's the other thing.
Yeah, we're backing them at home.
West Brom are on 44 points, safe as all hells.
West Brom haven't been doing anything for a while.
They're in no man's land.
We don't know what to expect from Burnley because they've had mixed form lately, but...
they've been playing good sides. They did get their first away win.
Yeah, they got their first away.
That could be a sign of, I don't know.
I mean, that could give them confidence, but it could also give them complacency. But we're just going to give this one to Burnley because it's a nice gesture almost. Next game, we had Bournemouth against Stoke, and once again look,
both teams are safe.
Both teams are safe, but look, Bournemouth at home, even taking all matters into account, like Stoke have been a bit fairly poor on the road.
They have, and Bournemouth's form has improved.
Yeah, and at home, especially at home.
At home, they've been good. So
they'll do enough.
We're edging the win for
edging it towards Bournemouth. But once again, it's one of those games. But a bit more confident about this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
With Sunderland already relegated, we think. Look, even though some of their players are still going to be motivated,
for sure. They'll want to sign on for different clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Premier League, but look, Hull are motivated.
Yeah,
that's the key here. Hull need to win,
and Sunderland will need their whole team to be switched on. We don't think it's going to happen.
And plus, we can't deny Hull's form at home as well.
Yeah,
they've been very good at home.
They've been good enough. They've been putting away the bad teams. They've won 4 of their last 4.
4 of their last 5.
Have to back them.
Yeah.
Leicester takes on Watford. We're backing Leicester, but really, it's. I don't think Watford don't have any motivation, but.
Yeah, well, Watford
have the worst run in now. They've got, I think, 4 teams, 3 of them away from home, and all of them are sort of they got something to play for. So
yeah, but they are safe.
Yeah, they're safe.
So
they're safe, and on the road they haven't scored for so long. They just can't do it. They can't do it. They haven't scored since that win against Arsenal. Should have enough to get over the line.
The Foxes
should have enough, but I thought Southampton had enough to get over the line. I think Leicester have more zest and motivation.
It proves that
than
predictions and reality aren't really always in line.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got...
Was it Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
against Middlesbrough.
Yeah. And it's 2 of the less probably entertaining teams of the league. Although, for different reasons, I would say that Chelsea... Well, Middlesbrough have picked up lately, and Chelsea have entertained in other ways.
Need to, but I think Chelsea will be too focused here. Really, at the end of they know Tottenham's breathing.
It's the final. It's really the final test. If they can, after that game, if
you'll have a motivated Middlesbrough side, but coupled with a motivated Chelsea side, you can't go past Chelsea.
Look, we're not expecting Middlesbrough to get anything out of this, but it will be interesting if Middlesbrough shake it up a little bit, score a goal or 2, just to make them sweat, and then see what happens next week.
How are they going to do that?
Because they've been more attacking lately.
Yeah.
But Chelsea should be more than enough. In the Negredo, mate, did you see him? He's on.
He's on, but he'll be off this week.
Here's our first real hurdle. Manchester City hosting Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have done so well.
This is very difficult.
They've done so well on the road lately against the big clubs.
Yeah.
But Manchester City coming off that draw. What do you reckon, Kos? They'll switch on after that draw?
I think so. They have to. I mean, look, they got.
I'm so tempted to put this for a draw, but
if United beat Arsenal,
we're going to go off the theory.
They can't rely on a draw.
We're going to go off the theory. Intensity will pick up for this game. Manchester City will be able to get over the line and get the win.
They need that 4th spot
in game number 4. biggest roadblock.
Well,
Swansea is look. It's Swansea against Everton, and we don't know what Everton's going to do.
Well, you've got a motivated
Big question mark.
You've got an extremely motivated Swansea team taking on an Everton side, which we don't really know what they're going to do now. It's just one of confusion.
So we're going to go with the draw here. We think it's the most likely. I think Everton's going to fall into that.
It is, but anything can happen as well. Because if Swansea push too many forward, Lukaku open, he's dangerous. He will finish.
But if Everton just don't care anymore, then Swansea will be more than happy to take the 3 points.
Yeah.
In the third game, Liverpool take on Southampton. We've given it to Liverpool.
We are, because Southampton looked like against Hull they didn't really. I don't like using the word care, but I'm just going to use it anyway.
No, they didn't. That's the perfect word.
Yeah, they don't. They're content with where they're at.
Yeah.
And we think Liverpool, despite not scoring against Southampton all season, they've got the quality to break through.
Southampton are a good travelling team. They've frustrated a lot of teams on the road.
Good structure, yeah.
But they're more or less it's very similar home and away record. Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, not wanted enough really.
Yeah.
And it's their indifference. Their indifference. Yeah. And Liverpool, like you said, they've got a bit of just enough quality, just enough, despite a few injuries here and there. They should have enough.
Yeah.
They should have enough.
Yeah.
Just like they did against Crystal Palace. In the second game, one of those London derbies.
Yes. West Ham and Tottenham.
But once again, we've given it to the favourite Tottenham.
Well, yeah.
To take this one, although
West Ham are not safe at the moment yet.
And a few weeks ago, though, this looked a lot surer than what we're thinking today, because West Ham have a window here. West Ham have shored up their defence. They do this. We've seen it.
Yeah.
They just leak 100 goals, and then for a few weeks they start building up their defence. They should be able to keep this momentum through to the end.
I do have my doubts. I think Tottenham's got this.
Yeah.
I'm way more confident, mainly because Tottenham are chasing Chelsea. That's it.
Well, yeah, Tottenham have been.
They've
answered every call, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I can't. I love the way Tottenham are playing.
I thought they got a bit lucky with Crystal Palace. I thought with the timing of the midweek fixture, but
you can look at it like that.
But they still came up trumps.
Defensively, that's the thing.
That's
they
the
are
key.
Solid as hell, and Eriksen's goal was fantastic. They've got quality,
and they got the first game. They start off. They're going to want to set the tone.
Yeah.
I think they'll be switched on.
Yeah, of course. They don't have the intimidation anymore. Upton Park was fierce.
I don't know.
The closer the fans are, the more intimidating.
Either way, we're back in Tottenham for this one. And the last game, of course, the big one for the top four.
Arsenal.
Well, for the potential push for the top four. Because both these teams
they could
really
both destroy themselves.
Yeah, they could look. Look, it's one of those. It's sort of the game theory or whatever it is.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
One of the teams has to basically sacrifice themselves for the other to have a chance. This is a big one. Then again, look, Manchester City and Liverpool can drop points very easily still before now.
They could. A draw is not favourable for either team here.
No.
Especially Arsenal.
Yeah. We're not ready to call this one yet, but at this point, we're looking at a draw. Arsenal being at home is what saves them, because on the road they've been woeful.
They have, yeah.
But at home, it's a different story. Arsenal have that grit, that steel to keep teams out.
Yeah, they do. And United, we know what Mourinho's going to do. He'll set up not to lose.
And the game plan is always those Europa League fixtures, the fatigue, it hurts their attack more than their defence.
That's exactly right.
And it's all pointing to a draw.
Yeah.
So it's boring, but look, it's just how it's going to be. True. Hopefully this week's better than last week, but anyway, so I'll be in Poland for the next up until the end of the season. Cos will join me at some point.
Yeah,
I don't know how many videos we'll get to do together, but they'll be really quick after that.
Yeah.
Promise. This is a really long one, but
we'll see the season out.
Yeah, we'll see the season out.
We'll look to do some new things after that, but keep you posted on that.
Yeah, the AFL's we're putting it on hold for now.
Just a little bit. We've got stuff talking about AFL, don't we?
Yeah, so we're going to jump in once we hit probably like mid-season or something like that.
Yeah, that's when we'll start talking.
We'll get our straps down. We'll have a bit more time after exams finish. But yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Have a look at our other videos. We've got the EPL video up there as well, but the AFL one, I'm sure there's a link somewhere.
Yeah, that's the
It'll be all over the place. It's getting popular now. Oh.
AFL. Yeah, I mean,
People seem to be having fun with it.
Yeah.
But thanks again for watching. Hopefully
your team wins.
Yeah, hopefully. And if you haven't got a team already, you know where to look.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And we'll catch you next week for the second last week of the Premier League.
Yeah.
See you then.